One moment, one decision, that's all it takes. Utter chaos and destruction. Have you ever thought what it would be like to feel completely powerless and alone? To feel like there is no hope? To be trapped inside your own mind, fighting a constant war that no one else can see? Addiction is a widespread problem that most people don't understand. I have close family members who struggle with addiction, and I've seen firsthand what it can do to a person and those closest to them. There's a lot more to addiction than what people think. HealthDirect.gov defines addiction as the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance or activity. It is when you have a strong physical or psychological need or urge to do something or use something even though you know it causes you harm. Healthcare Daily adds, addiction is dangerous. It has the power to warp reality and can shatter personal and professional relationships. The word in Latin literally means enslaved or bound to. President Packer once said, addiction has the means to disconnect the human will and nullify moral agency. When an addiction sets in, whether it's a behavior, activity, or substance, there's a physical shift happening within the body that we're unaware of. It's physically altering brain functions. Healthcare Daily says, addiction can have major psychological effects on people. However, it can also have physical effects on the brain because it interrupts the human body's natural balance. It's consistently tweaking and adjusting chemicals to maintain a functioning harmonic system. The influx of foreign chemicals associated with addiction destroys that balance. It was once believed that people who struggle with addiction were weak-willed or had character flaws. Over time, studies have proven that addiction is a sickness that afflicts the brain, similar to how bronchitis afflicts the lungs. The substance, behavior, or activity affects the dopamine levels within your brain, causing people to indulge in and enjoy an activity even though it's something they hate and they want nothing more than to break free from. We Do Recover says, it's got nothing to do with strength and willpower. Substances have the ability to change how you feel by stimulating the cells in the brain's reward center. Over time and continued use, the substances change the structure of the brain and how it functions, creating an inability to cope mentally or physically without it. The National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse said nearly 18 million Americans, or 1 in every 12 adults, suffers from alcohol abuse and dependency. Additionally, an estimated 48 million people ages 12 and up are using prescription drugs for non-medical purposes. These changes in the brain make it difficult to stop the behavior. However, there is treatment available. Depending on the type of addiction affects the type of treatment that's needed. Some of the treatment options are detox programs, inpatient and outpatient services, rehabilitation, counseling, group sessions, and addiction recovery therapy. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints also offers aid to those who are struggling from addiction. They have adopted a 12-step program similar to that of Alcohol Anonymous. They hold weekly meetings. They have one that is for people who suffer with a general addiction. They have a second one specific to those struggling with pornography and other sexually related addictions. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints not only offers aid to the addict, but also to spouses and family members that are suffering because of it. Just like anything else in life, there is no guarantee. The National Institute on Drug Abuse explains, while it can be disheartening and frustrating, relapse is quite common. Relapse does not mean that treatment has failed. The chronic nature of addiction means relapsing is part of the quitting process. Treatment and recovery can be a lifelong process, but there is hope and healing. The struggle with addiction is real. The physical and psychological changes taking place within the brain make it difficult to stop a behavior. Anyone can be affected and succumb to that temptation. Addictions aren't going anywhere. In fact, the number of people being affected by one addiction or more continues to increase each year. The National Center for Drug Abuse said 1 million people have died since 2020 due to drug overdoses. That total does not include any suicide or accidental deaths attributed to any other form of addiction. We need to be aware of what these addictions are, how they work, and how those who are trapped in the terrifying, unyielding grasp of addiction can receive the help and relief they so desperately need.